Obviously, the 3-0 Bears coming in here. It's an exciting week for us. Had an opportunity to look at probably half the game the other night as it was being played. Typical battle between people in that division, the Packers and the Bears. And the Bears obviously came out the winners in a game that was a very physical game, as they always are. Came right down to the wire. The Bears demonstrating, again, an outstanding passing game, a big play passing game. Quarterback with outstanding mobility, speed at the running back spot, speed at the wide receiver spot, comfortable with the tight end position and the quarterback and his ability to get the ball there. Defensively, an outstanding front, aggressive front, penetrating front once again. Peppers obviously drawing an awful lot of attention in that division. A very good kicking game. Return game was quite obvious the other night, not only punt return but kickoff return as well. So we prepare this week for a very physical game once again. Glad to be playing at home.
Tom, with Peppers, when he was with Carolina, they used to put him in a couple of places. Are the Bears doing that consistently as well?
Well, they flip him from side to side. He does play, right and left side, and they did stand him up in one particular fashion this week in the A-gap, like they were going to mug him. But, he's been very productive coming from the outside. Well, there's always schematic changes as you go forward in game plan as to what they do, so that'll take place. We do have some regulars that will play on the kickoff coverage team or alternate in there on the kickoff coverage team. But, by and large, we've got to rise to the occasion, no matter whether it's kickoff coverage or the punting game or whatever. Now, field position is a huge issue in the game. There's no doubt about it. We have to be in a position where we're helping ourselves out. If you noticed the other night, the rookie punter from Green Bay, you don't have much choice when you're punting the ball out of the end zone now. You don't have much of an opportunity to kick the ball directionally anywhere. You just got to pound the ball as far as you possibly can, and they did. And the interesting thing is the speed of Hester. It looks as if there's a person in position to tackle him. He doesn't have that window that he had on the 28-yard return, and yet the defender kind of hesitates a little bit, thinking that he doesn't have enough leverage to beat him to the edge where he turned it north. It almost looked like a zone running play, and the rest was history. He couldn't get there to make the play.
As a directional punter, how is Josh?
He's made, obviously we didn't get any last week, so we missed a ball game in which I'm not complaining, but we missed a game in which he didn't have an opportunity there. He's making some progress there, yeah. It's not an easy thing for a young guy. Well, we got to believe that he's going to be able to recognize the level of competition and rise to the occasion. That's what we're working with him every day, all day long. People are in his ear, and hopefully, it'll sink in.
What I'm saying is, are you okay with hey, start kicking it out of bounds and start doing these kinds of things? Are you okay giving him that much?
We're gonna work at that this week, and we're gonna assess where we are. The nature of it, I guess, was late Sunday night that he contacted people in the training room. He really appeared to be fine Monday when we saw him. We didn't expect that there would be any slowdown in his performance today in practice. There was. So hopefully we can do the test again and see how that comes out. But we're a little bit surprised that there's an issue here. No, right here, right when we came, he did the test this morning, and that was the first that I had heard of it when we were right here in the team meeting.
He will not practice?
He will not practice, no. Well, wait a minute. This morning earlier he didn't have it on, but I'm sure that if he's going to walk around and be moving, he's going to put that boot back on.
With the dangers that Peppers and the rest of the Bears present as pass rushers, what are some of the things that you guys have to do?
Well, you have to, obviously your schemes have to reflect that. And you have to recognize where he is. He's going to line up on the right side, on the left side. He's going to line up to the open side. He's going to line up to the tight end side. You've got to make some adjustments with your scheme. He's obviously doing that for a reason. You have to basically adjust right along with him. Well, I liked him when he came over here to us and showed us some ability. A big kid, a big strong kid. We're going to start him at the corner position and see exactly how that goes. But I'm very interested in watching Brian.
I know you have high expectations when Darius came in as well, return guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he right now in terms of?
Well, we're not very productive. I'm not ready to say it's just him. We would like to see him get up in the hole, or what hole there is. We'd like to see him hit it a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, and we'd like to see that the blocking for the schemes, if it's talking kickoff return first, let's not wait a play before we get into the scheme and block it right. Let's get the scheme going, and let's give him a chance. Let's hit it as fast and hard as we can, no hesitation, and let's see if we can run through some arms and make some plays. You're gonna, no matter who you are, that's the way that ends up. Well, Sean is continuing to develop and continuing to get better, continuing to improve, and we'll continue to use him. I think that there was a good feeling in the room this morning, and I think come Monday morning it was pretty strong as well.
Do you look at these opportunities as coaching moments, teaching moments, where in the past there's been times in 2006 toward the end, 2007 at the beginning, that you run into these obstacles and blocks and come through. What about these kind of experiences lead you to believe that this team will come out of this?
I think it's a good group of people. I think we have to come together a little bit more. We do have some new additions to our team. I think we continue to preach team. We're determined. We have great resolve. We're trying to, again, put our people in the best position they can possibly be in. We're talking more performance and execution than we are anything else. And I think our guys will come through it. The message is basically the same. You're talking to a little bit more sophisticated audience, obviously, but I think that you look in the eyes of the guys. They want to play well. They want to win. They don't like this circumstance any more than anybody else does.
What are your thoughts on Strahan?
Well, we will. We certainly will. We'll talk about the Ring of Honor and the ceremony, as we get into the week, maybe perhaps later in the week. But nevertheless, we will talk about that. But that being set aside, it's another reason, another occasion. It's Sunday Night Football to honor those athletes, those great players from the past, and certainly we'll use that a little bit later in the week. I didn't really. I understand that it was an interview that you people conducted and taped, and maybe I'll get a chance to listen to it. Is that when you start out a certain way, you establish who you are. This is a game about toughness. This is where it starts. And you would hope as it evolves in your leadership, the players that have been with you for a while can then go ahead and share those values and those ingredients with the young people that come in, and it just builds to the point where the players understand what this is all about. What I would like to be remembered for, obviously, is winning. And I'd like to think that we have an influence on the lives of these young men, and that is very important to me, obviously. Well, I know that it brings you closer. I saw Fred Taylor earlier this year when we played New England, and he said basically something along those lines. I understand more now, that kind of thing, and it does have give you a strong sense of gratification or satisfaction, and it does. There's no doubt that it then eliminates all the in between and makes you closer to the player. No, I think we're capable. Obviously, the center's not in there. Adam's doing a fine job, but we did have 5 that played together for quite some time. It is a position that really does need continuity. It really does. Now, everybody in the league has problems. The Bears won the other night. They had a problem. The left tackle was down. So it happens. It happens. But this is a unit that grows as you play, and hopefully that's what's going to happen to our unit once again.
But for how long, if it's the same unit? I mean, you've got enough experience to see offensive linemen who were outstanding, who started.
Well, I hope it goes on for quite some time, and I hope it's not anywhere near the end for this group. I hope this group can continue to grow and get better.